In today's episode of Hold or Sell, we are going to be talking about the Air Jordan 3 White Cement Reimagined, and we're going to be going over if this sneaker is a good purchase or not, if we should hold or sell, and all the resale predictions, and all of my rationale behind my decision making. Now, I don't want to waste your guys' time any further, so here on the screen we are going to have timestamps with the general information about the release, the resale predictions, if I think the sneaker is a good hold or sell, and overall my thoughts about why this sneaker is or is not a good investment. Let's get into the video now. Now, this sneaker released worldwide. I know it did have numerous shock drops on the Nike sneakers app. RIP all of you guys that missed out, but it did drop on March the 11th for a retail price of about 210 USD, which is kind of premium, but also kind of to Jordan brand's standards. Now, the Air Jordan 3 in general is super underrated. It hasn't been getting much love at all with all the releases and all the colorways that they've been throwing out. I'm glad that we finally have another re-retro of one of the most influential Air Jordan colorways and Air Jordan silhouettes of all time. Of course, Michael Jordan won the '88 dunk contest from the free throw line wearing these Air Jordan 3 White Cements, and it cemented its place in history as one of the greatest Jordan colorways of all time. It's got that iconic elephant print, it's got that nice tumbled leather, a nice mid-cut, not too high, not too low, and overall it's got some great memories. Very revolutionary for the sneaker at the time. The last time we had a proper re-retro with the nice Nike Air in the back and the nice tumbled leather was in 2013 when we had the '88 dunk contest inspired colorway, and sneakerheads went wild. Of course, we needed to have the Nike Air on the back. The 2011 pair with the Jumpman just felt sacrilegious. So yeah, this Air Jordan 3 that came out in 2023, I do think that it was what we needed. It was a nice re-retro, because I don't know if you guys are aware, but the big problem with these sneakers is that as they age, the midsole starts to crumble. Now, I have a pair of 2018 black cement 3s in the background, and I'm scared to wear them nowadays just because the midsole is starting to crack, and it's only been about 5-6 years. Which brings me to a reason why I think this sneaker is going to be a good investment. As the years go past and dead stock pairs become less and less attainable, sneakerheads and classic sneakerheads all around the world are going to need an updated pair of a retro Jordan in order so that they can wear them as a beater or, you know, a daily driver, instead of busting out their old 10-year-old pair of Jordan 3s and risking them crumbling and being far from being able to be saved. These types of sneakers are always going to be in demand, and it's different from buying a pair of Ultra Boost or a pair of Runners or Yeezys that won't have that same problem of sole deteriorating and midsole cracking. Now, let's try and get into the resale predictions and investment insights of the sneaker. We're going to go into that right now, then we're going to go into the hold or sell. Right now, the sneaker is selling for around about a price of 350 to around 375 Australian dollars, which is slightly above retail price, which is a very good indicator that the sneaker isn't too overpriced right now. Resellers aren't dropping them for twice of what they paid. They're getting a bit around 20% premium over the retail price. I think in Australia, these drop for around 280 Australian dollars. So for these to be going for around 20% over retail, it is still attainable if you did want to cop these for personals, by the way. Now, another problem with these is that they've had severe quality control issues. I mean, we're talking mismatched elephant printing, we're talking one half tumbled leather and the other half straight leather. It's just been a complete crap show with Nike, and they really do have to start getting together, because this is kind of unacceptable. We're talking about like different colored leather patches, and it hasn't been good. So if you ever find a pair that has good quality control, I will consider buying that immediately, just because of how limited and how scarce a good, decent quality pair of Air Jordan 3s are. So that is something to consider, because people will pay more for a genuinely good pair of the Air Jordan 3s. My resale predictions for this sneaker, I believe that they're going to go for prices around 450 Australian dollars in the near future, just because of what I said before about how sneakerheads are going to need a new revitalized pair of the Air Jordan 3s that won't crumble after wearing. It's hard to wear those 2013 or 2011 pairs just because the midsole will crumble. So for that reason, I think that over time, it will be a steady increase, a steady gradual increase for the demand of this sneaker itself. Now, going on to if I think the sneaker is a good hold or if I should sell now. To be honest, if you purchase retail for this, I would not consider selling right now, just because the profits aren't as desirable as your initial investment of around $300 Australian dollars or 210 USD. Making 10 to 20% and having to sell it and having to ship it isn't really a good return on investment, especially if you're a beginner reseller. So I personally would consider holding this sneaker for the long term, just because it is a classic Jordan retro. Nothing's wrong with it besides the quality control. It is a great colorway and it pays homage to one of the most iconic Air Jordan 3 sneakers of all time. It will remain a classic. It's been in style for 20 plus years, and yeah, I do think that it will continue to see numbers in the near future. Where do I think these sneakers are going to go? Now we can look at past Air Jordan 3 white cement models like the 88 dunk contest ones, the free throw line exclusives, and all of them, they are reaching prices of $600 to $1,100 Australian dollars. So that can give you a nice indication about where these sneakers will go in the near future. This may have the potential to double in the next 3 to 5 years if you're willing to wait for that long, but it is a long waiting game. If you need to flip these in the short term to make consistent gradual profit over time, then you should do that. That is a very good strategy. But if you just have some spare capital just lying around to throw and invest in some sneakers that will gradually appreciate over time, then these are pretty good pickup, 10 to 20% over retail price. If you can bulk buy these sneakers to get them close to retail, then I think that's a pretty good idea as well. But overall verdict, these are a hold for me, just because of the character and just because of the history that these shoes do possess. As for sizes to invest in, I think that the larger sizes will do the best, sizes 9 to 13, just so you can resell them quickly and liquidate them easier, so you can move the pairs and not have to bother about weird size 7, size 8 sizes. Sizes 9 to 13 will sell very, very easily. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did, please consider liking the video and subscribing to join the community and never miss about when I break down the next and latest and greatest in sneakers. I'm Salvador, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.